Look at your shoes.
Thank you so much.
I love how I didn't even compliment you yet. You're like, thank you.
Well, your tone suggested a
No,
compliment.
they're pretty.
These are we'll get to this. I want to talk
You just
about.
have a Nike high top that is just covered in teal.
It is well. First of all,
teal
these are
high top.
they're Gatorade, is what they are. This is real.
Like cool blue Gatorade?
Yes.
Or is that the color?
It was a series they had done where you could get, like, if you look, hang on, I'll see if I can you see, this is hard for me to present to you, but if you, do you see the little Gatorade lightning bolt there?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
Doesn't Gatorade have two shades of blue? There's like a light blue.
Well, there's
and
ice
then
blue, there's the dark blue.
And I remember as a kid, I always wanted the right one. Like one tasted better than the other, but I couldn't remember which one.
There's
True.
Gatorade Frost.
Frost, that's the one I was trying to think of.
The really tasty one.
The light blue, the Frost.
Okay.
Frost is we're a Frost household. we keep a lot of Frost in this house. I wore these, believe it or not, for our guests today because
You did?
I did because I was inspired. We talked a lot about last week how we wore the Hawaiian shirts, and I was trying to think, well, what do I have that's like for Rob? And I met Rob. We'll get to all of this in greater detail, but I met Rob working at Build.
Today, yeah,
our guest today, Rob Michael Hugel. I met him working at Build Series, and these were if you watched the show. These were a go-to pair of mine that I wore frequently on Build Series. Now, I don't know if this says more about Rob or how I perceive my space in the universe, but I think he'll notice.
Oh, so you think sort of one of your most memorable qualities in the workspace was...
Well, I hope it wasn't my only memorable quality was the color of my shoes.
I think that's sweet. Rob's going to come in and I like that you chose your shoes for him.
And I happen to have with me from New York a jacket I wore all the time with my Build pin.
Aww.
So I am decked out and this is like a vision into how I might have appeared 7 years ago.
When I walked into the space, I was like, oh, Matt looks,
looks dated.
Like a blast from the past. It looks different. No, but I just felt like, you have an outfit on.
It's a different aesthetic than I typically walk around in.
You don't look like California, Matt.
That's what it is. It feels East Coast.
Yeah.
It's an East Coast.
Yeah.
And you want to know something crazy? You started to ask this question last time we gathered for this thing that we haven't introduced yet. But you had asked me a question of because you were looking at old pictures and saying when did I start wearing Hawaiian shirts and becoming colorful? And I didn't really think much about it. In the moment, I could never really but since then it's been rolling around in my head and I've definitely embraced a lot more color and pastels and stuff since coming to California for sure.
It's a Cali thing. Yeah.
I think it is. I was getting into it pre-California for sure. I had I had bright shoes.
Yeah, but I do think it's when I go back to New York, I'm never more palpably aware that I'm wearing a crop top. It's like I'm very right. I have.
You feel that?
I feel
so aware
naked.
of it. Yeah, I'm like, ooh, I need to cover.
Yes, and if I'm wearing bright colors and I get a comment on it, it's not a compliment generally on the East Coast. It's more like, oh, that's a choice.
Do you want to tell that story when we went out in Larchmont back in New York?
Which one? The one when we went to where I felt like we weren't amongst
No, that's totally different.
That's a different story.
We went out one night back in New York. We were in the town we grew up in.
God, yes.
And we went to a Mexican restaurant where we have frequented.
All
and
the
this
time.
guy walks up to us and he was like, so I could tell by your outfits you're not from around here.
We're like, dude, we grew up here.
That's amazing. Oh boy.
For the record, he wasn't from around there either.
He was
a
British accent.
Yeah.
What? Maybe he was just thrilled to meet somebody who
he
he thought was doing it differently.
I just was wearing a pink sweater.
Oh,
that was it.
I might have. What was I in? Do you remember?
Something fabulous.
Correct answer. Welcome to the show. Hey, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome to I Barely Know You.
I barely know you.
Should we say it at the same time? 1, 2, 3.
I barely know you. We're getting better at that. We really are.
You've dressed up in a very nice outfit. I'm wearing cozy clothes. And
I like it.
I'm wondering if it's okay to wear, I'm realizing now I'm wearing a band shirt. Is that permissible?
I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
I did it.
Is it a litigious band? Is it like the Beatles? Is it Metallica? Who are we?
It's just, they're called Bad Nerves. They were from the 2000s. And it's like, it's not indie rock, but it's also not punk. It's somewhere in between. And people mosh and it's very
Love it.
sweaty.
Fantastic.
And
They sound like the least likely candidates to file a lawsuit against this show. A cease and desist.
They'll also, I think, be flattered that they've been mentioned. Okay, fine. So I didn't wear that. Okay, I wore this for Rob because he likes music.
Do me a favor, cast a wider net. Can we?
I think I'm wearing this shirt because, well, first of all, how was your weekend?
Weekend was what? Yes, thank you so much. So far, highlight right here. This is great. No, my weekend's been going very well. We'll get to our friend that we've acquired here.
Oh yeah, our set. By the way, this is giving me. What's that Zach Galifianakis?
But
Between two ferns vibes right
now. We're next to one. Is this a fern? This isn't a fern. What is this? Do we know? What is this?
For those who can't see, it's a very it's a big plant. I feel like this plant is half of one of us.
Well, we discussed bringing a little bit of greenery to the set. I might have overshot.
She's a beauty.
She is gorgeous, isn't she? Look at the leaves.
So you brought that, and then I brought.
What do you got?
The polar opposite. I brought a
Oh,
little cherub. So
this is, hang on, I recognize this. This is the plant that Wally finds in the boot and then restores faith in humanity.
This is like the little plant that could, every time I take it back to the store in Eagle Rock, Creatures, what's it called?
Creatures.
Plants and Coffee.
Love it.
Creatures, Plants and Coffee in Eagle Rock. Shout out. Great place. It's where we got this one.
I bring this buddy to them and I say, she's dead. What do I do? And they keep telling me, have hope, because there's still life in her. And so we trim it every time I go there. And I just think she is beginning to re-blossom, just like our show is beginning to blossom.
I want to place, I don't know. First of all.
She's also in a really cool ceramic.
Welcome to the show. This ceramic is gorgeous.
Yeah, shout out Mudwitch. Wait, wait. Can I tell you, I went to Vidiot's on Friday.
What'd you see?
Okay, I went to a 10 p.m. screening of Rent. Okay, first of all, I've never seen the movie.
Wait, really?
Yes, because I knew when I saw the trailer that I would hate it. Because when I was a child, it was such a formative part of my youth. Because it was the first show on Broadway too that did those rush tickets for $25. And I always thought that when finally a film was made, it would be sort of like Hedwig and the Angry Inch or Rocky, or a little bit lo-fi, just kind of
speaking
really
our language here, yeah.
Feeling the reality of the situation in which these beautiful characters really live in. And then the trailer came out and I thought,
it's very glossy.
No, this is glossy.
Very Hollywood.
And so my friend Shira was like, come see it with us. So the film itself, oh God. But
that bums me out, but I understand it.
Of the music, and also I don't know why, but I feel like people kind of like, oh, you're into Rent. Yeah, so was everybody. But I feel like I was reminded of what a cool way when I was young to already be shown that sexuality is fluid and gender identity is a really beautiful, explorative thing. And I don't know, I was very moved.
So the show was still able to move you despite the packaging with which you had.
Oh, I was furious the whole time. I was like, why are they talking?
How did you feel about when he actually leaves and drives through Santa Fe and you see it?
Also, okay, and I think we've talked about this. We talked about this last time. I'm very vocal at the movies.
Yes.
I mean, I apologized to Shira's friend after she was sitting next to me, and I said, I'm sorry if I was too vocal, because when that came on, I went, what the fuck?
I'm actually so upset I was not a part of this outing, because I would have been right there.
And you know what? So for those who haven't seen it, or probably people who don't care, I'm just going to talk about it anyway. It jumps from one of the main couples decide they don't want to be together, and one of the main guys decides, I'm leaving for Santa Fe. But there's actually no progression into his decision making. He just suddenly lands there, and then I found a deleted scene because I knew which songs were missing. And what's amazing about what they did is in the musical itself, every song has import because it drives the narrative further. It helps explain character development, and so I sent to my friends, they cut out a 6-minute song that explains or just justifies why he would end up in the mountains of Santa Fe. By the way, he always has a leather jacket on and perfectly coiffed hair.
Every scene. So last we sat and discussed, we talked about Grease, and I had mentioned that I hadn't seen Grease until literally a year ago.
Right.
So anyway, it got me thinking about stuff that I was late to the party, stuff that I had come into after everyone else. It had long since been discovered by the rest of the world, and now I'm getting there. And I was like, well, what else were we late to the party to? And I wanted to ask you something that maybe you were late to the party.
So this game is called Late to the Party.
No, terrible name. I'm kidding. It's obviously...
Wait, what?
I said it 13 times. Yeah. No, we're calling it something else. Yes, this segment is called Late to the Party.
Cool.
And I'm hoping to learn something about you by asking you a question. What is a piece of media or a thing that you were perhaps late to discover, that you were late to the party on? Late to the party.
When I was on a Delta flight recently, I stumbled upon something called The Legends of Korra. And I watched it front to back and was just amazed. The whole world seems so incredible and detailed and magnetic. And so the reaction I got from people was very dismissive, because as soon as I told everyone, hey, have you heard of this show called Legends of Korra? They were all like, that show's trash. You need to watch The Airbender.
Isn't that just like also a really uncomfortable moment when you find something and you're like really into it and you're excited to talk about it and everyone's like, oh, what you like is garbage.
I thought it was so beautiful. And this female character, and I wish I had found her in middle school because I watched animation pretty religiously. But I think I always thought that anything that had a slight anime feel or quality wasn't for me. It always felt very male.
I felt I was going to say I felt a similar way, but go on. No.
But so then when I was sick during my birthday last year, I watched all of Airbender to make up for it.
I was going to ask, did you go back and watch?
Yeah, but I don't feel the same way that everybody else does. Because everyone else watched that as the OG. So Korra was kind of like watching
That's what
a spin-off that didn't work.
That's something. A very interesting experiment, because it's like things that like people latched onto, like the magic and the elements and all that stuff from the OG series. Like them discovering that for the first time, I imagine, of course, with the characters and the storytelling, is part of like their attachment to that. But you experienced that emotional journey with the Legend of Korra series. You got to see the magic for the first. So you have an attachment to that. And
it was beautiful. People also don't like, some people don't like steampunk. Is that what you call it? It's like a genre where it's punky, but it feels like 1910 or something.
That feels right.
It was very cool.
Feels right.
And I just loved seeing a female badass who is very intelligent, but also making a lot of mistakes. And
did you ever see Tank Girl in the 90s?
Yeah. Love that movie. Oh man, that movie rules.
Yes, that movie does rule.
What's something you were late to the party on?
Late to the party on something very recently. I don't know. I was trying to think about this because this, I wanted to play this game. One of the things I thought of, I am currently watching for the first time, beginning to end, an entire season of Drag Race and On the Journey. Ooh. I've always been aware of Drag Race. When I was at Build, one of the events one of my wheelhouses was I would produce the events we do for Drag Race. So I have always known people in the world. You would
produce the events and not know too much about the shows while you were doing it? That must have been hard.
You would think that, but it was actually really exciting, and it was a great way to... It was intimidating, not hard, I'll say. I was very intimidated.
Because you're catering to mega fans.
Fans. And that was something about any of those projects or events that we produced that I was always cognizant of, is the audience for this thing is really passionate. And I would feel a similar way if I had to do something for Avatar or like the Airbender series, because that is a passionate fan base. And so when Drag Race was coming through, I was very intimidated by the fan base. And then I had not yet met any of the queens in person. And so I was intimidated by what are their needs going to be? These are elaborate outfits and designs and fashion and makeup. And I was so worried about this negative diva syndrome that was going to come through. And we would have the whole cast at times. So I'm talking 12 people in a space with maybe 2 or 3 green rooms. They were the fucking best. Aww. They were all the nicest, sweetest, most genuine, sincere people. They all smelled amazing, by the way. And they were hilarious. And so I would catch episodes here and there. I would see the finales. I would see bits, classic moments. This year, see episode 1 straight through. I haven't missed a second.
I haven't done that. I would like to.
You should.
What is this? Is this your cheat sheet?
I just want to keep us on the rails.
I like it.
I didn't have this last time because I'm nervous coming into these, right? I was like, why am I nervous? We're both great at this. Our guest today is someone I've known forever. Why am I so nervous about doing this?
But you barely know him. We swear, you barely know him.
Matt's also like, I've known him forever. You met him like 6 years ago. I would not say forever.
These past 6 years have felt like 60. Okay.
So true.
So yes.
So now I'm going to talk about the coffee I'm drinking because Marin said that if I talk about a coffee a lot, that coffee companies will send us beans.
We should do that at the top of the show.
Hopefully. I want it on record that
we should do a lot of things at the top of our show. We don't.
We need the top of our show needs to be much bigger. We need like a muffin-shaped show.
Wait, what?
We need more room at the top of the show. We didn't do this at the top of the show. We didn't introduce the show at the top of the show.
I also put into every schedule introductions. And
great.
It has gotten
It's written on the top of my notepad. Intro.
2 times.
What do you got in there?
It's from Lady Falcon Coffee. I'm such a huge fan and I don't even...
Well, you know what it is? You haven't had enough of it yet. That's the problem.
I haven't had
enough
of it.
And I mean, just today, yeah.
So when we were in San Francisco, we found this company.
When did you go to San Francisco?
Well, Eli went for his bachelor party.
Fun.
And then he and I went last year. Lady Falcon Coffee Club. Female owned, badass
Love
roasters. We get a 5-pound bag from them every month because Eli drinks coffee like water. Yes.
Nice.
And they're so sweet. Every month they send us different flavors to try and stickers.
I love
fan.
When we come over to your place for like an event, one of my favorite elements of the whole gathering is Eli asking everyone at 7:30 p.m. at night, anybody want a cup of coffee? And he's like making fresh, delicious coffee.
Yeah, Eli's making like pour over coffee.
Full
Like
on barista mode.
He is like making artisanal coffee.
Yes.
Marin and Matt are making everyone cocktails. And Eli asks if anybody would like some black coffee.
Just black, high octane.
And no one ever takes him up on it.
No one does, and I feel terrible.
You shouldn't.
I want to.
I think it's so sweet how he also genuinely is hopeful every week that someone's going to... He does it with such an assertion, with the expectation that other people are definitely going to want this. So
I've
makes
been
a huge
waiting for him to not make it so I can be like, can I have a cup of coffee?
This coffee, it's called Epic, if I'm not mistaken.
Epic from Lady Falcon Club. Lady Falcon Coffee Club.
Lady Falcon Coffee Club.
Yes.
I don't know how much time we have.
How much time do we have?
I actually haven't heard from Rob. So.
Oh my God. Are we getting ghosted? Is this our first ghosting?
No. He said he can't wait, but I haven't gotten an ETA.
Wait. So I haven't seen Rob in 10 years and we've only knew of each other for I think 3 weeks. Something like that.
Yes.
I will be curious to know what he remembers.
This is such a quintessential I barely know you moment, and it's only episode 2.
I love it.
So this is an all-timer right here.
Okay, so our audience will figure out. I mean, Rob and I, hung out for a couple weeks, and then we didn't.
Would you classify? Well, you know what? We'll see how he classifies.
Yeah, we'll see how
he contextualizes the hanging of the outing.
In our time together, he gave me a gift.
Yes.
And I'm really into candles.
Do you have it?
Oh, I brought it. So I've brought 2
candles.
Serious? I don't know how the fuck I still have this.
This is from 10
also,
years
is it
ago.
okay that I'm cursing?
It's fine. It's the internet.
Not to.
I definitely think it's okay that you're cursing.
Great. I think so too.
I don't think it's okay that you keep dropping your mic, Matt.
Oh, how much am I dropping it?
Every other
Are you
sentence.
hearing it drop, or are you not hearing me?
Also, I'm realizing I'm doing this with my ring. Which
is that anything?
I haven't been picking that up.
Are you getting any of this?
Yes.
If we do this?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I was holding it with my other hand.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't remember at all also why I have so many questions about these candles.
This is a 10-year-old
So
gift.
I have candles that people have gifted me throughout the years. I lit one last week thinking about a person, and then I saw them 2 days later. I hadn't seen them in 5 years. Not Rob,
I can't believe this.
Okay, so here's one of them. It's this Buddha-like figure. The other one.
I'll get like a detailed shot of this later, but this is... I wish we had a pedestal that I could put this on where it would rotate like on Home Shopping.
And then this one is a skull, like a goofy looking
skull. We've got questions, Rob. You know what, Marin? Can you grab us that little pink tray? I want to create a tableau here. I want to create a little. This is okay. So first of all, that you have these.
And I never lit them, right?
You've never lit them.
I never lit them.
So were they just placed in, where did you find them? How long did you have to dig?
I have a drawer or a little section. I don't have
gift
much,
candles?
and I don't have much stuff. I don't know why. I always thought they were, it's not a scented candle, right? It's a candle in the shape of something.
Yes.
I have 2 other candles that were gifted to me.
Well,
that
that's
are in
the
cool
interesting
shapes.
thing too, right?
You're always waiting for the occasion that you'll think it's worth
I
lighting
get
them
that.
for.
It's almost like a nice bottle of booze or something where it's like, well, should I open this now?
Yes,
Should I? When should I enjoy this?
In my cabinet still that I don't touch, to the point where somebody told me that Prosecco does not last, and I've wasted it.
You've missed the
I have
window.
one from college.
No.
That was a mistake. So wine ages, bubbly stuff does not.
No, it does.
Don't we have a bottle of like really nice bubbly stuff that
we have a bottle of bubbly stuff.
It was such a nice gift.
Good occasion, and it never came.
No, we
got it in
was it
2019?
Yeah, 2019.
And we were we're gonna save this for a good occasion, and then the world ended.
And then we've just been waiting for it to arrive. Now we've had there's been nice things.
Do you still have the bottle?
We do.
Yes, it's in New York.
I still have mine.
Yeah.
And it's wrapped up in bubble wrap that I wrapped it. I was in Italy and I brought it home with me because I thought one day this will be, I thought it was so delicious. It must be toxic now.
Yeah, it's no longer a beverage. It has ceased to be what it's like original purpose.
I'll show it to you guys next week.
Maybe that's an episode. You guys drinking your expired Prosecco.
And that was the end of the episode, period.
That's the end of the show. We could light the candles. Do we do it like, it's not.
Are you gonna sing?
What?
To bring it back to Rent, are you going to sing?
Would you light this?
Because it's not romantic. It's nostalgic.
No, it's a nostalgic candle shaped like a skull. So you had these, you found these. Had you thought about them or seen them in the 10 years between?
I think
and now?
once or twice
and
randomly. I thought those are so cool. I gotta light those.
I gotta light those. Okay, very good, very good.
I hope he walks in and
he's
remembers
like, those?
nothing. I will say.
What if Rob didn't give these to you?
He did, I swear. Because also,
he's not going to remember them. He's not going to remember my shoes. He's not going to remember the candles. He's not going to know who we are.
So we were thinking. So last time when Pat came in, he walked in and we just went for it.
And we just went right into the interview.
We played our game kind of later on, and so maybe today we should try the polar opposite.
I love this idea. Okay. In the spirit of things that are uncomfortable or unfamiliar or that I haven't done before, yes. Let's take the thing that usually in my brain, I'm like, oh, that's we build to that. And it's like, no, let's start there.
Let's not.
Ideally, he walks in, we go right into the game is what I'm hoping to do.
Okay.
So let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. Let's go to a word from Lady Fire Coffee Club. No, what was it, Lady?
Oh, yes, please. Lady Falcon Coffee Club.
Lady Falcon Coffee Club. Let's go to a word from Lady Falcon Coffee Club. Let's get those beans, people. All right, we'll be right back. Here we go.
Okay, so we're here waiting for Rob.
Yes.
Because as soon as he walks in, we're going to give him, I need that iPad.
Oh, we need the iPad. The iPad's very much part of this.
He's going to be given alcohol.
What fell?
In the form of one of your little trays is back here.
Okay.
Here, I'll trade Marin.
Yeah, so let's work through the mechanics. So what's going to happen, Rob will come in and we're going to play a game. It's similar. So first of all, we wanted to customize. Rob, I think, would have been really good at the Pat game with the VHS tapes. I think he could have done it. Bless you. I think he could have. Bless you again. It usually comes in threes.
Except now.
Oh my God.
I had 4 earlier, so it's just evening it out,
That's what it is. It's an overall daily quota.
Yeah.
So anyway, he would have been great at the VHS game, but we really wanted to tailor it to Rob, right? And Rob, an expert, enthusiast, he knows reality TV in a way
that I don't.
That you don't. That I strive to. I tried to, but I can't. He is. He just
drove by?
Yeah, I watched him.
Your place the parking was a little tricky. And also your place, every time I get here, I think, this isn't it. Because you're kind of, right? There's a cute little fence and then it's tucked in. Yeah. Cool.
Are you comfortable with the mechanics of what you have to do?
I don't know.
Well, go ahead and try it out. Try something.
I don't want to give it away.
Take it for a spin.
I pressed the photograph. Great. Yep. Works fine.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's an iPad. I don't watch any reality TV because oh my God, he's here. It is. We're on.
Yes.
It's happening.
This is how it works.
Oh, just come right on in. Oh my goodness. Yeah, whatever. It's your level of comfort. So
hi, good to see you.
No pleasantries. Right into it. We're doing everything the opposite of the way we're comfortable. So we're starting with a game.
Last
This is
time
a
our
nightmare.
guest, we
This
played.
is a living nightmare.
We played our game
This
at
is
the
actually
end.
the scariest thing I've
Wait,
ever
first
been
off,
involved
this is
in.
for you.
Oh,
What is this? A cocktail?
it is. It is a pumptini. Okay, so
So get me drunk in the morning like a
I
Vanderpump.
think Marin made these for us.
Thank you.
So we'll see. Cheers.
Cheers.
Here we go.
Cheers.
Is there alcohol in this?
Minimal.
It's like it's delicious.
Well, then top me off, please.
This tastes like cotton candy or
It
something.
really does.
Right?
It's good.
This is great. Is
Well,
there grapefruit?
Oh my
fabulous.
gosh,
Is it
this is
grapefruit?
crazy.
This feels like what other LA people are actually doing,
This
which
is
is
what-
having brunch.
They're probably a little bit heavier of a pour.
Just
Okay.
wearing my jacket.
Because no, it's. Do you want to take your jacket off? Do you
Yeah,
want? Okay, go ahead. Take your jacket. Do you want me to take it
got
off
it.
for you?
I
Do you
like
want
No. I like my jacket, but
You and Rob both dressed up. I'm sorry, you and Rob both dressed up very, very nice today.
well, first of all, thank you. That's very
Thank
kind
you.
to say that. I think Rob's dressed a little bit nicer than I am, for sure.
well, he's the guest.
That is a
It's-
crisp shirt. Look at the collar on that.
I know. I've only worn it once or twice.
For other shows?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we came up with a game.
Yeah.
We're jumping right in.
Yeah.
Okay.
My
it is
phone's not off. Hold on. All these
if someone
important
calls you, it
things.
can be fun.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, that could be fun. They could be part of the show. We'll get another mic. We very much, I think I kind of gave you a rundown, but the magic of the moment of me going, oh, I have this really funny friend, Rob. He's a writer. He does stand up, all this stuff. I think he'd be great for the show. And then you said to me,
I dated him.
Let's talk about it.
and that's glossing over, but we'll get to that. Okay.
The game first.
Can I get another pump tea?
Keep the pour coming.
Okay, so do you want to
you go-
explain the game?
I was about to say, do you want to? I'll explain the game. So the game, it was a podcast. Even though we have cameras, we have lights, it is an audio medium. So the very important part of the game is you're going to describe something, and we're going to have to identify what you're describing.
Marin has given me
So,
photographs of they're basically like
The PR stills. The
from all the reality
for
shows that you can think
reality
of.
shows.
I
Oh.
don't know much about reality TV,
She knows
so I
not
will
a
try
whole
my
lot.
best to explain what I'm seeing,
Okay.
and you
And
guys
we have to guess what show it might correspond
Yeah,
to.
a lot of them are like either ones you'd see on a billboard in LA, or
Yeah.
if you went to any of the channels, the icon you would click on for the show.
Like their poster,
Okay.
like the show
their
poster.
poster. Yeah.
And what's the time frame here? Is it
Oh
forever
yeah, because
of
Marin, you were
all of
saying you're
history?
good at time.
Yeah.
No, timer is important.
All of
High
history.
But
stakes.
he means in terms of like very recent shows, old shows.
They're
Oh.
pretty recent.
Okay.
Relative- okay.
There's
Okay.
there's
That's
I think
all I need to know.
there's like one
Rob's ready.
throwback, but I will say it's been brought back.
Matt, how do I?
Do you go all the way back to John and Kate +8? What are you unfolding?
How
here?
do I fix this
I don't know that.
so I can see it?
You've gone too far. I don't know that. Oh, wait.
No.
Wait. Does it?
Awesome, thank
it
you.
just works.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do have about a 30-second timer.
Let's see what happens.
How do I?
That's more time than we gave him to take off his coat.
Won't get over that.
It's- okay, if you want to, yeah, you could toss it a
We
little
don't
bit.
mind.
I'll do a tighter crop.
I said I won't get over that. This is my
This is his
psychosis, not yours.
I'm so happy you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
How long has it been since you guys saw each other?
More recent than you.
Yeah,
That obviously. I'm just curious.
that was a perfect statement to be
spring.
made.
They said
with
they
ice
saw
in
your
mouth.
stand-up.
Yeah, it was the spring.
Longer than I would like. I'll say that. Okay, you ready? All right, are we doing this? All
Yeah.
right, I'm not looking.
Okay, can you say when to go?
Yeah, go.
Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 women with most of them have long curly hair.
Sister wives?
Yes. No, not sister wives. It's called something else, but they all look like they're wearing graduation coats, but no, they're just coats.
Are they all?
They're not graduation coats. They're
Oh,
just
Mormon.
coats.
My Mormon.
Yes,
The
yes.
Mormon. Oh,
What is it called though?
It's
Okay,
my
it's-
Mormon, the Mormon Tabernacle
And they're
Choir.
all none of
Think
them
mom talk.
None of their mouths are open, so they're all very
The
look
Mormon.
very
What is it?
secretive.
Hey, Marin, what is it?
Think mom talk.
Mom Talk is the name of the show.
No.
No,
Where are they? They all look like they could be literal sisters,
are they?
in my opinion.
No, they're not literal sisters. They're all Mormon. It's the Mormon Mom Show, isn't it? Though,
It's
isn't
the
it?
secret life. Wait, it's 30 minutes
Secret
out.
Lives of Mormon Wives.
You guys had it. So how
yeah.
long was that?
You had 6 seconds left.
Okay, let's do another one.
Okay, all of these people look like they're either 21 years old or 45. I am unsure. No one's, half the people are smiling, half the people are not. It's winter and they're all wearing, they are the most clothed people I have seen on reality television. There's some
winter.
wearing jackets, puffers,
What's a winter show?
scarves.
Is it?
Winter House? Bravo
Yes,
Winter House?
yes.
There we go. Oh.
Yeah, it's
What's
winter.
a-
What
what's
is
a
it? I don't know.
Can I
If only there was a show called Winter.
I knew of Summer House. I was unaware. Can I see the picture? Can I see it?
It's the same thing,
You
but with
may.
snow.
Is it the same people? Yes, I recognize some of these
basically.
faces. Yeah.
So this isn't. Is this
I've
related
never seen
to
any of these
Vanderpump?
people. They could be
So
Abercrombie
Summer
models.
House is technically related to Vanderpump in that they did a backdoor pilot halfway
saw that.
through
I saw
Vanderpump,
that.
and it angered me.
Yeah,
but
I saw
now
that.
I'm in
Got
love
it.
with Summer House.
Okay. You know what? Let's do one more and then
Okay,
we'll
here we go. Ready? And
Yeah,
go. Okay. So this looks like it could be an ad for the White Lotus, but it isn't. It's because it's reality television.
Oh,
There is a glowing,
Paradise.
ominous sunset. It looks like God might be
90
wrathful.
day-
Love in Paradise? Is that a thing? No, that's not anything.
The couples therapy.
Couples
retreat.
It is couples.
90
Couples retreat.
Couples retreat. 90 Day Fiance. Couples retreat.
Some of the
It has
women
a
do
slightly
not look
different
happy
name.
to
Think
be
of a
here.
Papa Roach song.
Some of the people do not look happy
Last
to
Resort.
be here.
Last Resort.
Yes.
Yes. Cut my life into pieces.
Yes.
Specifically, it says
Thank you for
90
that
day.
reference.
The last
90
resort.
Day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so this is if you were on that show where you get married fast and then things are going awry.
Yep. You know it.
I
But
get
there's-
it.
Do you? If there's anyone I can ask that I have confidence in being able to answer this question,
Yeah.
how many spin-offs approximately are there of the 90 Day franchise?
I'm pretty sure it's like over 10. It's probably 13 or 14.
Holy moly! Is this on Bravo too?
TLC.
This is
What
on the
made
Learning
you
Channel.
decide to? What was the conversation with Marin that made you say to her, "You've got to get into Bravo"? What makes you sort of? She
No, I didn't get you into Bravo.
You got me into
Vanderpump
Vanderpump.
Oh, I did.
specifically.
Yes.
I think it was around the time of Scandival. Maybe.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was.
because one of the bars was right around the corner from my house, my apartment.
the bars that the people own that the guys have.
Yes, because that's a
Oh, I
spinoff.
saw an episode at my friend's house about that. Right, they're trying to open a bar.
That's
but
what it
was
was.
not open in the episode I saw.
Yeah, it was not open for a lot of the seasons.
That's going to be, if you ever do watch it, that's going to be a running theme. They all have businesses that never open
open.
until
They
the
just don't
show
open.
isn't
How is that
filming.
sustainable?
They found a way.
Well, they don't sustain.
Yeah,
Really.
they
That's
don't.
the thing.
Tell them
right.
it's
They
gone.
found a way
Is
and then
it
they
still
don't.
there? That spot?
No, it closed. But yeah, I think that place had just opened right by my house. That got me into it because I hadn't watched. I had avoided all that stuff.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not going to watch that stuff. I don't like that. I don't have any interest. They're lame.
Yeah.
And then I sound like a high schooler. They're lame. And then they opened one and I was like, I got to know
You gotta go.
what's going on in there. I
So
want to
you
know.
went to the bar?
I went to the bar, but I also watched the show and
Yeah.
I started watching the show. And then
You
I
got
was
into
like,
the lore.
oh.
Wait, did you go to the bar first and then watch the show?
I did go to the bar first once and then watch the show.
Were you like, oh, this isn't a shitty experience?
It
Maybe the
wasn't that
show-
bad. It was new. It didn't like strike me in really any way.
Yeah.
But then I watched the show and then I went back and then also the bar started going downhill because they were like neglecting it more and because Sandoval wasn't around. I don't know if he had anything to do with this, but he
Sandoval
wasn't
is
around.
a person's name.
Yes, Tom Sandoval.
But
is
that
one of
sounds
them.
like the word you called a scandal earlier.
Yes, it's his
Scandal.
scandal.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
The scandal
I'm
is that he
really
cheated.
enjoying you putting this together in real time. It's actually it's very fun. Our guest today.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna introduce you.
Let's do the intro. All right. So our guest today, I'm very excited. I had the pleasure of working with him in the past on Build series. He's a co-host of the very funny I Keep Hearing podcast. He's a talented writer, stand-up comedian, director, self-proclaimed Daniel Stern wannabe, a reality TV expert. I'll say.
Sounds like one to me.
I think so. He's got curls to die for. It's the great Rob. Michael Hugel is here. Please enjoy. Woo!
Thank you.
It's so
Thank
nice
you.
you're
Hi.
here.
Rob,
So the first thing we should discuss is how
yes.
we all barely know each other.
Yes, this is true, and it's funny. We talk about the reality TV thing. It's the reason I'm even into it. The reason I started watching 90 Day. Marin, as she explained earlier in the show, always kind of had like a toe in the water. Was always like she would watch. But once I caught wind that you would discuss it at work, and you guys were and you were saying you've got to watch, so you got to check it out. I thought you guys were very funny and very cool, and I wanted to be a part of that.
Who's they?
And, well, it's you. It's your partner, comedy partner Shannon. You have the podcast with,
yeah.
and then also just like our cohorts. There were other people at the
So
studio
you
that
thought
watched the
Rob
show.
was in a cool club, and you wanted to be a part
I
of
thought
it.
I thought him and Shannon were very funny, and I thought they were very cool, and they were real comedians. And I was someone who tried to be funny and sometimes got lucky. And so like I wanted to impress them and be cool and be able to talk to them. And I was like, let me watch this show and I can connect. And then I got hooked, and then I got addicted
To reality television.
to specifically 90 Day for a while.
Oh.
So that was kind of that was like a thing that that I got into to like connect with you. And since we've bonded over many
I
things.
want to be clear.
Yes.
You guys are not close. You're friendly.
We had a desk next to each other.
Yes, we
and
were physically
did
close.
Work next to each other for a year and a half.
Yes, but
Very
when you
closely.
think about it,
How much of that materialized in beers after work?
Zero. But you had a long commute and
I wasn't actively avoiding. It's not like neither one of us invited the other one. And then I moved to LA and I'm like, oh my God, Rob lives in LA and we've hung out a couple of times since I've
So
been
how
out
did
here.
you figure out that I knew Rob?
Well, we were talking about the show and I said we should you told me, I might have dated him.
Yeah.
Might have.
I think I said it like,
Wait a minute.
I might have.
Hang on.
joking.
I was describing you. We did it once week. And then
yeah.
you said, because I shared a video, you did a very funny video recently, and I shared it on my Instagram.
Oh.
And then
Yes, in the car.
Rob caught that and was like, hello. This is someone I dated 10 years ago. And I was like, get out of here. You're not going to believe this. We have a show together.
Okay, and then I realized I don't remember much. I remember it was a few weeks and it was a really nice time. But I think I remember how I met you, but I don't remember. I have bits of.
I think we were at the same Dodgers game. Am I wrong?
Don't know. But maybe
Weren't we
before,
on the same
maybe
at the
before
same-
the game, we went to a bar or something.
That's totally
and
possible.
sat
Or
there.
after, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was Dodgers involved.
Okay. Then you both, if there's one thing I know about the two of you is that you are just voracious baseball fans.
Probably the last Dodgers game I've been to. No, I've been to like one or two since.
Traumatic game.
But no, I would love to go more. It's one of those things on my list every
all
year.
right,
Do
We'll
you
go to Dodgers game.
recognize what these are in front? Okay, Rob, you gifted me these.
Wow. And you haven't burned them.
No! So we talked about it earlier. So I have a lot of candles, but these are unscented. So
How
it was always
cute.
kind of waiting for the occasion to be like, yeah, tonight's the night I'll light this fucking cool.
Yeah.
Here's a question.
And is this tray yours?
That's Marin's.
that's-
That's Marin's tray. It's a pretty cool
It's a
tray.
nice touch, yeah.
Yeah, well, but
Wait, the tray?
the tray, yeah.
He
Tray
doesn't
is
remember
from
the candle.
Bill.
No, the
Los
wooden-
Angeles tray. This
wooden
is
tray.
obviously from Build.
Yes,
Everything
I stole it from the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
when the
was
show got
this,
canceled.
was
Wait
this
a
in the
minute.
kitchen or
on
something?
the brunch, probably.
It was
Brunch set?
this was in one of the green rooms.
Okay,
and we
yeah.
used to fill it with Kind bars and Mr. Peanut packets.
Wow, so you just get to think about that every day.
All the time.
He's wearing a Build button for you.
I wore the button.
No.
I tried to just bring back those vibes a little bit.
I see it.
Well, what's so funny is so Dylan walks in and you complimented me on the outfit, but this is not really who I am anymore. Like I don't dress like this ever anymore.
I see.
And it was identified. I think, Marin, you might have pointed out that I'm not dressed like West Coast Matt.
If it wasn't for your shoes, I'd wonder if you were all right.
Yeah.
Because this is the one pocket of color I'm seeing today is your shoes.
And I didn't even until they both kind of identified that. I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, this is not really what I do anymore.
Right.
But you haven't seen me often enough. Between them and I just look at Matt, right? I'm just me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
You look like you jumped off of the Build set.
Yeah, which is
Just like this
which is what I was going for.
Last Action Hero style.
This is hand to God. So I took this, and then I have back in my house in New York. I have several of the pillows from the set.
Do they say Build on them?
No. They were just
they're
really just like
decorative
pillows. Blue,
I mean,
nice pillows.
they had
Pillows
expensive
can be
stuff.
expensive. So
Oh, yeah,
that's nice.
Those couches.
Yeah, those couches. Well, I wanted to take a couch, but I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I can't walk away with a couch. I don't even know what I'm going to do with
Somebody
it.
did.
Sell it.
Could have been
It was
$4,000.
post-pandemic. It was a really weird vibe. And I just, I was very nostalgic and I was like, I'll take a pillow.
Yep.
So you haven't seen each other for a year. I feel like we hung out for 3 weeks or a month. And
That's what I wanted to
remember it
get,
very
timeline.
fondly. It was I remember it was a very nice time.
Same. I was in an incredibly crazy transition of life. That's what I remember.
I was telling them too. Remember being in a very dark place. And I wonder if that's why I don't remember a lot of the details necessarily, but I remember it was a really kind sort of moment so you're in a transition place.
Yeah, it was like a freshman year of college feeling.
Oh, big
Were you new
transition
in
time.
LA or just?
Yeah, I had just moved to LA.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was all like I was just moved to LA, really recently because I was in my first apartment, that was only for 4 months.
Okay, you've
No.
told me about an apartment. I think you and Shannon might have related a story where you had I don't know, it was a roommate or a landlord that was like a old lady yoga teacher or something like that.
Oh, that's
way
Shannon's,
later.
That's
way
Shannon's
later.
apartment, not me.
Okay, so that's way, and that's not even your
I
place.
feel like you
Okay.
had a roommate that was I remember you had roommates at the time, but they weren't. There was no old woman there.
Okay. No, it was an old man.
Remembered that.
It was an old man. Cool. Okay.
No, he was like 3 years older than me, but he had like angry big brother energy.
Old soul. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That must have been really fun.
My joke is that I do a joke about it, which is one of my jokes is that I do. I've run out of first dates to do because I've been single for so long. And so I've started resorting to doing driving tours of my old apartments. And so it's like those Hollywood vans. And I'm like, over here we have the apartment where I was kicked out for hanging a Masters of the Universe poster without permission. I did not have the power in that situation.
I will say, I feel like that's a fourth date thing people do actually do though. Like everyone's like, do you want to see where I used to live in LA?
Yeah.
And then they take you around. It's like,
I
I used to live in an apartment
so
there.
anyone does that on purpose. They
do, which I think makes
weird.
your joke even better.
Now you just said that's a fourth date thing people do. Do you think
It's
he's
not
playing
a
that card
first
too
date
soon?
Thing.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
he's-
scaring them off.
Is that what you're doing? You're coming on too strong with all the lore, the Rob lore?
I'm not really doing it.
I think he's doing it.
Don't break the kayfabe. Let
Not
the
really
people
doing it.
believe.
No, I don't want the people to believe that. I'm normal.
I kind of love when someone gives me like a personal life tour. Like I love like when someone takes me through a town. I don't want to know like, oh, this building is where like George Washington stayed a night.
No.
I want them to be like, this is where I scraped my knee in the 4th grade
You
because
want
some
details,
dog was
yeah.
chasing
Yeah.
me.
But that's because you've gone to their hometown and you're having that moment and you guys have planned that. Not like
But I
third
want it
date,
in
like
LA.
I used to live up the road and
It tells you
know.
something about the person.
Yeah.
And all that came
I
from...
find it very sweet. I like knowing those things, but I think it's interesting how it comes up. Because it's not my go-to of like, oh, I used to live there. You want to hear stories? I don't.
it is my go-to. I think it's a man thing.
Yeah.
Our dads, I don't know. My dad that's my entire existence with him is him telling stories about him.
And like, you know what happened here?
And do
or
you
know
think
everywhere?
that?
Yeah,
And do you assume this person will find this very interesting?
It's like it's like impulsive. It's like it starts before I have the chance to wonder anything. You know, it's
Have you stolen any of your dad's stories to go and impress a date? And like,
to pretend they're mine? Yes.
Yes,
I
yeah.
tell everyone I went to Vietnam. They love it. They're like, wow. I'm like, yeah. Helicopters.
Oh, another thing I think is weird. So when we're on Los Feliz Boulevard, every time we drive by this building my husband lived in, he goes, "I used to live there." And
That's
I'm like,
that's what
I
I'm
know.
saying. That's what it's
You
about.
have told me so many
That's
times.
exactly what it's about. That's the whole thing is that you have to say it. You have to share it. It's like, I don't know. Cause I think it just triggers something in your brain. And then you're like, they should know too.
yeah, they want them to know.
He says it with an earnestness as if I've never heard it. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, I know. That one roommate was always walking around naked.
Yeah.
That one didn't do the dishes. He goes, yes, and here's more about that.
Well, you get a little more each time
Yeah,
he
you get a
tells the
little more.
story.
Sometimes my dad says this before he tells the story. He goes, "You've already heard this, but I'm going to say it anyway."
I love
and
that.
I'm just like,
And you're locked in. That's it.
I
That's,
you
kind
can't
of love him
argue
for
it.
that.
that's him getting ahead of you, telling him I've already heard
Well,
it.
it's also
he doesn't care.
it's like I'm going to state the thing that is normally unsaid. I'm going to say it, and now it justifies that I get to retell the story.
yeah.
When
it's for
does
him.
when does your dad typically? What's the venue in which the stories are shared? Is it like a long drive? Are you just visiting? Are you on the phone?
It's all the time. There is no line. I've gotten on the phone with him, and before he says hello, he starts telling the story.
You're in
got
the middle of a
stories.
conversation already.
Yes, it could be anything. It is really dependent on his whims. They are great. I love my parents. I
I've
do.
said last week's episode, I said, I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. I think, multiple times in fear that they would take something and
Yeah, you got to double check.
I know it's tough. It's tough. All right. So outside of the podcast, this is something I do encounter because I will, as two people that barely know me, it's no surprise. I will talk and I will talk to my own detriment. So I have to, it's actually very helpful that Marin's here because I will sometimes drift into a story and reveal too much about or say something about my family or just be too honest or too open. We're navigating that in real time. Do you encounter that in any other creative aspect or element, or it's just easy to just not go there and not mention it? Like you're writing a joke. Do you ever struggle with, this would be really funny for me to tap into this, but I don't want to reveal this bit of information?
I usually actually bypass that filter first until I regret it. And then I go,
interesting.
I don't think that's funny. That's actually sad.
Yeah, I
that's
shouldn't have
usually
done that.
that's usually where it goes, I don't think people want to hear that about me, actually.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
kind of a mix because there's vulnerability, especially in stand-up comedy, right? It's like flipping or at least revealing something about yourself so that other people see, oh yeah, I relate.
Yes, but there has to be a joke. And that's the hard part.
Right.
Is the realization, from what I'm told, is the part that you arrive at where you regret that you've done it, is that because it doesn't hit the way, or do you arrive there on your own? Like, do you try it out and it doesn't work and you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. They don't seem to want it. Or like, when do you hit that? How do you know?
People not laughing is a good
The audience will tell you.
good note to
Historically,
take.
one of the big giveaways.
I rarely leave and go, you guys were wrong. That was so funny. But
Do you ever resist that and say, no, I'm going to try it again. I'm just going to rephrase it.
sometimes, rephrasing and puncture. Yeah, that is the whole thing, is figuring out why or what. But like, it might be just like it's undeveloped. That's like the hardest part, I think, is going up with undeveloped things and then testing them. And it's like, of course it did poorly. You're not done yet.
Yeah. It's not
but then it's like, it's a weird process, because I've done stand-up for over 10 years, but I have not been a stand-up comedian for over 10 years, because a stand-up comedian in my eyes is always working on it.
Yeah.
And I've been kind of more like, hey, I'm on a show. Come see me. 2 months go by. I'm on another show.
Yeah. So you
And
kind
then-
of visit it.
Wait, so how does that feel different to you? Because you feel like I'm constantly trying to showcase material that is, as far as I'm concerned, refined, or?
Yes, I think like now I'm working on it more. I'm actually like, I'm making a set, I'm refining and changing things out and bringing in new things. Whereas before I was just kind of be like, they didn't like my jokes, or they did. That was great.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, then months go by, maybe a year. I mean, there were dark COVID years that zero. And
don't know
so
what you're talking
in
about.
between, you're just like, I don't know.
Right.
I don't comedy. What
My
is that?
understanding, it's kind of like the difference, and you're doing it, so you tell me if I'm wrong about this, but it's the difference between like going to the gym every couple of weeks versus like going consistently every other
Completely.
day. It's like,
That's the whole thing.
it's
And
put
it's
in the
hard
reps.
too, because you have to, I know every time the band performs every month, I want to invite people, but simultaneously I know which shows are just us experimenting and exploring. And I don't want that to be the one that you only come to. I want you to come a couple months
want you to
later.
come to the good one.
So
Yeah,
it must be hard because
exactly.
you want to deliver to your audience, but if you're also playing around with material, I'm sure there's two parts of your brain, right? Like one that says it's okay and one that still is judgmental in a way, or
Yes, and also like what the working on stuff is mostly put hopefully into open mics, which is such a funny thing because there's a stigma to open mics. It sounds like I've heard.
there is.
Yeah, like there. Well, some people, the way they talk and perceive an open mic is like this really sad, desperate place where nobody's hang out and zeros.
And the
go
only
to
people
die.
there are other open mic people.
Yes, which is like, well, what is an open mic people? And that's the thing, is that like there are bad open mics, there are good open mics. There are open mics where everyone there is a crusher who's so good and they're like the coolest in the LA scene. And you go and you're like, oh my God, this is like the best show. But it was 3 minutes each. And I saw 50 people and they were all amazing. But then you have to go up. If you go up, that is also the catch is you're comparing yourself to the people who have been like really experienced or on top of things.
And
for a
why
long
do you
time.
think they're there? I mean, I would go to watch that because I would be fascinated.
They're there to work on stuff too. And sometimes people work on stuff with a more formed idea that just works right away. Or sometimes they go up and bomb, or it goes mid and then they leave and they shrug and you're like, oh, okay, that was interesting.
Do you ever chat with them after? Are they all sitting in the audience because you're supposed to stay away?
I went to Rob's show. He's in like a hermetically sealed like bay. Like,
I have 3 people in white coats to wheel me away.
and then shove you in front of the lights.
But no, most of the time, the people who are there are the people who are performing. So you are filling the audience with yourselves, and then you go up, and then are all in it together, basically. And then afterwards, hang out, chit chat, say hi.
Are they
whatever.
warmer audiences than the average?
No, they're harder and colder in general because it's harder to make
other
comedians
laugh,
especially when they don't know you yet, or like there's a lot of like feeling out,
prove me wrong,
or just like, okay, I'm checking this out.
Is it generally a coin flip of like if it's going to be that night where everyone's crushing, or have you figured out like, oh, this is the night, like that's a good night to go, or like if someone wanted to go check out an open mic, or how do you know? Because the very nature of it is people show up and just go.
I don't tell people to check out open mics. You mean to perform?
We were just saying, like, if there's going to be 50 people, 50 comedians crushing it and like trying stuff out, that could be exciting to see. Let's break the stigma of open mics are sad.
There's one in Larchmont that's like once a month or so, and it's It's called Reba McEntire,
Love it.
and it's in a bookstore.
Reba McEntire came up last week.
If Reba can come up in every
She's gonna
episode.
be a runner. She's gonna be a
All
runner
right.
on this show.
Sorry.
No.
It's perfect. It's in a bookstore in Chevalier Books, and the people who run it are very
Let's go.
it's like starts when the store has closed, basically. So it's like open door in there, and then there's seats, and like comics are going up to do it, but they do kind of like somehow get the word out enough that there are some people there. And I've had really fun open mics that you walk away going, well, that was kind of like a show. Because you're looking out and you see like random people that are like just enjoying themselves.
That's fun.
And it's great. And that's much better for
I love that.
practice because it's fun.
I have a question. So,
Mm.
so when I was like, Rob's coming on the show. So then I went back and tried to learn things and just be reminded of things that you had, done in the past. And I remember at the time that we met, I kind of thought you and a couple of other comedy people at the time were sort of at the forefront of making content that goes on the internet, like YouTube content, because you were in so many different people's stuff. So one of them, I didn't realize it was a 10-year-old video. So I watched you with two girls, doing a little sketch. And then it was called Between Us or Just Between Us.
Just Between Us.
And then I clicked on that just to go to the main page because I thought, oh, what is this? And is there a chance they actually still do it? And then I saw a recent video 10 years later. These two individuals are still creating content for, their fans and their audiences. And it wowed me. They've clearly lived a whole life.
Oh, yeah.
Over 10 years. And to be able to have that accessibility so quickly to go from them now to them 10 years ago. Have you ever watched stuff in the past? And does it feel really unfamiliar? Does it feel really long ago?
Yes, it feels like a lifetime. It feels like 5 lifetimes ago. Because also since like even 2020, which was 5 years ago, it feels like 10, right? Everyone had.
I think I said earlier
4
that
lifetimes.
the past. I said I've known Rob. I feel like forever. And Mara goes, "Didn't you meet him like 6 or 7 years ago?" I was like, "The past 6 or 7 years have been 70 years."
Yeah, that's
like
a lot.
it's
And the permanence of the internet I find so interesting that it's still there.
So that particular channel, I'm sure that they were dormant for like years and years, and then they came back.
Got it.
And I really admire that because that is a fun thing that I think all of us, as in people who just did something a long time ago, you like kind of dream of like rebooting the thing, which I haven't done. And maybe click like and subscribe, and maybe I'll come back.
And finding joy in that, and sort of the why of it all, like why go back to it. And
exactly, I have watched things that are old. I am constantly trying to like clear my hard drives, and you do this, I'm sure. Yeah, it's like I've got like cases of hard drives. And they're collecting dust in my closet, and some of them don't have the right USB ports. And then I have to transfer them to newer ones that have more easy accessible ports and are smaller, but I haven't done it all.
The goal is to clean them out, but what ultimately ends up happening is 7 to 8 hours of you weeping as you look at everything that you
watch your lifetime.
You just relive your life.
And then you put it away. Do you find it nostalgic? Do you look at it with love, or do you look at it with, I don't know. I imagine it's a mixed bag, but I don't know.
Of course. I mean, you have a history, you have a life.
But mine is not as I just feel like you were just on the internet. I feel like you were throwing shit at the wall and testing stuff out and putting it online.
Almost like open mics on the internet. Right? Like in a way.
And you kept it all up there, right? Some of it you don't get to decide if it comes down or not, but some of it you do, I imagine.
Yeah. If it's mine, I could keep it up or not. But I think I've archived some things.
Yeah.
It's a mix. Some things I look at and I'm like, oh, what was I doing? But I know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh, I don't like this. Yeah. I don't like this now. This doesn't represent me now. And then other stuff, I'm like, oh, that was really cool. That was good. Oh, I forgot actually how much time I didn't forget how much time I put into it, but I forgot how much I enjoy the product.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how cool that is. But it's just, it's a mix.
Yeah. there's this like paradoxical thing that we were talking about the other day that when we were having like our meeting, it's like this is like our second or third or whatever episode. We're just starting this out, and what's really funny to me is like we're making the best decisions we can make. I'm having a lot of fun doing it, but then like I'll listen to something or watch something that's been around for a while, and consistently everyone goes, "Oh, don't watch the first episodes. Don't watch the first." But like so, like theoretically, we're doing the worst we're ever going to do if we do this long enough. But like also, but I'm enjoying it right now.
Yeah.
So it's like interesting to think that there's a future version of me that might look back at this and go, "Oh, I can't believe we sat on couch cushions."
Well, we're also starting
it's like-
this at a period after having been through a decade plus
This
of
is
whatever
true.
else we had been doing. So this is an accumulation. Yes, it's the beginning of this personal project, but it is taking everything that we have learned of every other project up until this
It's very
moment.
true.
Yeah.
Okay, I found out that you had a music minor scholarship, and that's something I don't think you and I had ever even talked about back when we were hanging out about your music. I don't think we ever went to a show together or talked about music. Is that something that is a part of your life still?
You like the Mars Volta, I remember that.
Oh, that's so yes, big
So,
fan, big fan. So we did talk about music.
Some, I mean.
You talking about Mars Volta?
Well, okay. Music, I played French horn, middle school, high school, college.
How did you pick that instrument?
It
It
chose
you.
me.
Was it a thing where you had to choose your top three and they just give you one?
No, I was playing trumpet, like many people do.
Yeah.
From like 5th grade, 6th grade, and then you get to middle school, and this is like classic. They're like, "Does anyone want to switch to French horn? Anyone?" And I'm like, I don't think so. That looks weird. But they're like, "You can go up to the higher band if you do." And my friends, my closer friends, were really good at trumpet, and so they were in the higher band, the higher level. And I wasn't in class with them, and I couldn't be in band with them because they were better.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't think it's French horn. Yeah. And then
I
a couple
love
of my,
this.
and then I don't know if I became friends with them at the same time, but I did have friends who played French horn in middle school. So that was fun. We sat next to each other, get in trouble, goof off.
Yeah.
All the cool stuff, because it's actually really cool to be in band.
It is.
And then it just kept going, and I did have a lot of good friends that were in band. So we did marching band and concert band throughout
Oh wow!
high school.
Did you tour with the marching band? Like was it like one of those things that would travel?
Competitions.
Like-
We did competitions. We did like a trip to Florida every year for marching, I think. Concert would do like one trip a year. I did do a Europe tour though in a concert band.
That's
Really?
really
There was like
cool.
a collaboration, a combination of U.S. students from all over, but a lot of them were from my school because our band director was one of the like directors of the tour.
Okay.
And so he could pick anyone he
Yeah.
wanted, or he could allow
chose
anyone he
you.
wanted.
Yeah.
So you also got to
tickets.
travel Europe with your friends.
Yeah.
Was that
That's
your first
so
time leaving the
cool.
country?
No, but it
Oh.
was so cool.
It was cool, yeah.
And
It's
it
like
was
Teen
so
Tour,
fun.
but better.
And like, yeah, we like got into trouble.
What does that mean? You stayed
Yeah,
out
what is
past
trouble at that
10?
point?
You hung out in each
different
other's
things,
rooms?
different things for different people. Some people got a bunch, like everyone, a lot of friends got drunk
'Cause
watching.
you can drink at 18 in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we weren't even 18.
I was gonna say, how old are you
I
at
was
this
a
point?
freshman.
Freshman in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 15.
Were you still drinking in Europe?
No, I was like not really drawn to drinking.
Yeah. Me neither. Yeah.
But I actually probably would have. But we stayed at these for a couple days in Holland, outside of Amsterdam. We stayed at these like families' houses. Like they split us up into.
Wow.
And I was with like one other band person that wasn't my friend and a family, and they were just a normal, nice family.
Yeah.
And then like 2 doors down they're in like a townhouse community, and 2 doors down I had like 3 friends who were staying with this like crazy cool Holland family, and their baby had blue dyed hair with a mohawk, and it was like a 2-year-old. Already the coolest thing I've ever seen. And they were watching, it was the World Cup 1998. Yes, I'm old, okay? I am. And it was, Holland was in the game, so it was like Netherlands just like,
Big
so
deal.
it's
What
a
a
huge
time
deal.
to do.
And they won, and I go over there, and all my friends are drunk. I've never seen them drunk before. And they're all like rolling around in the yard, like doing somersaults, and they've got Holland hats on. And I'm like, I got the wrong house. Like, this,
And it's
the hell?
so close that it's just staring you in the face.
it was right there. And then I went back to that house, and like, they were probably like, I swear they were like, oh yeah, so over there, they're really crazy. Like really uptight, really not into it.
They were those neighbors.
You found like the one uptight house in Holland.
Yeah, I know.
Because like all of my experience
Was
like,
crazy.
we were in was that.
Especially for an occasion like that. I mean, that's a big deal.
That's a big time to be there.
But it's very dangerous and wild to like allow all these high school kids you don't know from America to just like get drunk. Who knows what'll happen?
Yeah.
They're 15, 16.
And they've never had a lick of liquor before. I mean, that's the thing. It's like they probably went real hard.
Bet you played the shit out of that French horn the next day, though. You were probably,
I was on my A game.
You were feeling it. You were vibing. You were just, let's go. Riding that World Cup high.
Cool. Yeah. So then when you went to university, you had to play French horn the whole time?
So at some point in high school, it became clear through my parents, they're like, you keep doing this, then like, it'll help you go to school, go to college, and you could go where you want to go.
The French horn will take you places?
French horn will take you places. Yeah, you hop on and take a ride.
You just ride that horn.
What state did you
I went to, don't rub it in.
No, I want to know where you grew up.
What state I grew up in was Virginia. I grew up in Northern Virginia.
Also, I'm never doing anything to make someone feel poorly. It's like the opposite
yeah, but you're
of my
about
intentions.
to. The story goes that I went to Orlando, Florida. Okay,
that's great.
Everyone.
Dude, you're not going to get any
Florida.
shit from me.
I know. I'm really defensive.
So were you sort of thinking in your mind, oh wow, I'm going to have to stay in Virginia unless I continue to play French horn?
I just was like, okay, I guess this is the scenario.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. Like, I like it, but I was not that
Here's
passionate.
what I want to know. Yeah, here's what I want to know. When did French horn go away? When you were like,
as soon as I graduated college.
That was it. You were done. You were like, I don't know.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, it wasn't like I didn't hate it. Like,
yeah.
I around that time too, I was spending time with bands, and I even like I just recognized this week because I saw the band Copeland. They're called Copeland. I was filming them recording their album back in 2005. It's like one of my first video jobs out of college. And I had my horn and I played French horn on the album. And I forget that all the time.
That's pretty cool.
And then so I like listen to it sometimes and I'm like, that's me. Like,
what
that's
record?
fun.
What's the name of the album?
Eat, Sleep, Repeat.
Eat, Sleep, Repeat.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sure we can find it from Copeland and
that's
featuring
so cool.
Rob Michael Hugel on the French horn.
Yeah. There are 2 tracks.
I'm going to look this up.
And it's good music. Like I stand by it. Sounds good.
Yeah. You sound defensive.
No, it's great. Okay.
I'm telling you it's not good. You're like, it's good, I swear.
So if someone asked you now, hey, do you want to pick up your French horn and play on a track?
Could you?
Would you even remember how to?
I've had this conversation like 4 times this week, which is weird. I am going to get back in it.
Hey, cool.
Do we have the exclusive though? Like, are you the first time saying it on mic with us? Or
this is the first.
All right, so we've got it right here.
And I wrote in my planner today to start remembering to take the mouthpiece and practice with the mouthpiece.
So you have it with you. You have it.
I have the horn in my room. Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
I think also with creative stuff, I would be curious what you think about it. But I feel like for other people, their creative outlets are considered their hobbies, and for people like us, it kind of is this really strange, blurry line of it's part of work, and my self-worth is involved, and so But it sounds like maybe now, sort of the French horn and music can be more of just for the pleasure of just playing, as opposed to like.
I'm going to monetize it. I'm going to actually.
Okay, great.
Start a horn podcast.
There's no point in getting into something.
I was going to say second only to podcasting. The most lucrative career right now is French horn, freelance French horn.
Yeah,
from what I understand.
No, you're totally right, and you have to find other things to do that aren't the thing, but because once it's your main, if it's comedy or whatever, if it's your main thing, then it's like it is work. Yeah. I put it in my work section when I'm planning my week.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, work. I got to go to open mics.
Yeah.
So when Rob first got here, we jumped right into games. And Dylan, you kind of said how you know Rob. Matt, you kind of said how you know Rob. But Rob, we didn't really get your version of how you know these two.
Oh, so good.
So
yeah,
go for it.
Oh my goodness.
Let's travel back. So you said for Dylan,
I meant
Dodgers game.
Yeah.
Now let's go into Dylan, first impressions, and then we'll pivot to Matt. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Mary
first
watches Bravo.
And this is why she has a mic.
Yeah.
I know we were at that game. I know we were talking a lot after that. I think we were at a dinner or drinks after that. And passionate actor, very just excited and like refreshing and creative and cool, obviously. Cool enough for these. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm glad you referenced those again. So we were talking about the candles earlier, and for me, a traditional candle gift is scented, right? Like, so these, I was wondering, do you remember you saw these and you were like, those are good. Let me give those to her.
I don't really have the exact specific
And
thing,
that is
but I
valid.
remember the gift that Dylan gave me. It was like a moleskin, like an empty moleskin, fresh moleskin with a note.
Do you remember the note?
I mean, I could. It was
the
like a
gist.
nice thing
Yeah,
you'd say
so
to someone, giving them a moleskin
Yeah.
to like, I was working on, journaling and things like that. And so there was like a note in it about, oh, it's so cool that you're, it was this thoughtful, really nice gift. So I don't know if these came first or the moleskin or
I
what.
love,
Yeah.
so what
That's so
I know the
sweet.
whole point is I barely know you, but I somewhat know both of you. And I just love the idea. You're both such generous and kind people that even like in like self-professed like transitional phases and dark phases, and only together from what you both agree was approximately 3 to 4 weeks, you still both found time to get one another a really thoughtful, nice, cool gift. Like,
Spend money on stuff.
yes,
Yeah.
to
Capitalism.
to just
Yeah.
play into the system and be a part of the big machine.
Exactly.
But just like the moleskin, the
Yeah.
candle, it's just really nice. There are people that are together. I know relationships, they've been together for years. They didn't bought each other anything. And they're like, that's a whole other conversation.
Matt, I'm sorry I haven't given you a candle set yet.
I wasn't going to say
No,
it.
it's so nice to see that
I
these
wasn't
two
gonna
friends
bring it up.
who didn't even sit next to each other at work for a year and a half.
I've been
Every
baiting
single
you this
day.
whole time, and I'm glad you
Yeah.
finally brought it up. And that's why you're here today, because you, sir, owe me a gift.
That's the ultimate. Like it's all a setup to roast and destroy someone.
Every episode is me just slowly building to an indictment
Yeah.
and how you
Yeah.
owe me something.
Sounds
But the
just
whole
like
way
that.
you think it's going nicely. Oh my God, Matt and Dylan love me. And then at the end, it's like, actually, you're terrible.
Just lulling you into a soft sense of security, a
Yeah.
false comfort,
Yeah.
so we can tell you why we're really here.
So I'll just say when we met, I remember we met not when I was hired, but when I was visiting.
Yes.
So I came to visit and I was staying in Maryland with my family and they were going through some stuff and I needed a break and I came up and that was when Shannon already worked there. And
Yes.
so they gave me a tour. We went around and they were like, oh, wow, the people I work with are so cool. This is so great. And I was like, starry eyed, like,
Yeah.
this is great. Like, this
Yeah.
is the coolest, like the studio and all the people.
Yeah.
And we met, everyone, but like you, of course, were like a friendly, excitable, creative, nice person. And we were, oh, like Matt's so cool. And you were basically not Shannon's boss, but like superior in a certain way.
In a weird way, yes.
Yes,
We
as a
were
producer.
collaborators, but as a producer, yes. If you had to put a hierarchy
So
on it. But
that
like,
was
yeah.
very cool and comfortable. You're like, all right, cool. Like you work with these great people.
Yeah.
And then when the space opened up that I ended up taking, it was like so great because then I walked into work knowing like I'm about to work in a very fun and nice
Yeah.
place.
Well, look, there are days and memories there where that is 100% what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's the thing.
There are also like
It's a
any
job.
workplace. There were moments where
Yeah.
it was also a job, and there were other people that worked there
Yeah.
with us that maybe
Yeah, the
had different
stories
energies.
can go
but
on,
but there are moments that stand out. I think of the when we did the build up live.
Yeah.
With the Pete and with the gentleman from Pete and Pete, your friends there, Danny and
Mike.
and Mike came
Love that
through,
show.
and we did, and we just got to do. We did that one take where you guys started from the downstairs, and we
The
had the
intro?
camera follow you all the way upstairs, and we did all that stuff live, and it was it's a simultaneously one of the greatest, and then just like the way like it played out, it's like one of those greatest things, it was the highest
Yeah.
moment, and then just like we didn't get to do another one or whatever. So there's like
It
a
was like a little
bittersweet
dream.
kind of. But we got a window of that
Yeah.
dream, and it was so much fun,
Yeah.
and we had such a blast doing so many amazing things.
Yeah.
When you came in, I was like, this guy's really funny and cool,
And-
and I hope we can get him here. What?
You still owe
Dylan,
him.
you did build brunch. So you have some, but
you
you're
did.
part
Yeah,
of
that's
build
right.
as
Yes.
well. So like
Yes.
that is like
That
a
is-
connection
Of course.
here.
The
You-
gift of Build Brunch was reconnecting with Matt very briefly because I got a DM from Marin saying, I don't even know how it happened, but she's like, my husband works there.
Yeah.
Go say hi. And I was like, cool. And
Yeah.
then and then you guys moved to LA a couple years later.
That place was a lot of things, and one of those things was magical. There's a lot of other things, but magical is definitely part of it. All right, did we hit everything you wanted us to hit?
We did it.
I
We
could,
did it.
And look, as has been done in the past, I could do this with you for hours. I can't thank, dude. Thank you so much. Honestly,
Thanks for coming and hanging out.
it's I was saying earlier, I was nervous coming into this, and I wanted you to feel like this was a good way to spend your time and hang out with us.
Amazing
And don't tell us how you actually felt.
No,
Tell
no,
us-
I'm
not.
gonna. I want to walk away just feeling like I nailed it.
Yeah, I'm
So-
gonna write it in my journal.
Do you still have the moleskin?
I absolutely have it.
Yeah.
I don't
Did
think
you
I
bring
filled
it?
out
No, I'm
every
kidding, I'm
page.
kidding.
I think
It's
that
hard
time
to
frame.
do that with notebooks.
But it's there. I got it.
But for all the silliness and whatever, sincerely, it means a lot for you to come spend an hour with us. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you for
Oh,
having me.
anything, Matt was so
Yes.
good. Yeah. Do you want to plug anything? Share anything?
Oh yeah. I keep hearing, of course, just find it on Spotify or whatever podcast thing. But also, I've been doing a D&D show, tabletop gameplay show called Strange Turns, and our campaign is called Outsiders, and it's on YouTube.com/@StrangeTurns.
The word
Okay.
AT or
no,
the symbol?
the symbol,
The
which is
symbol,
what
yeah.
YouTube does now for their URLs,
I
which is
know.
weird. At Strange Turns, or just search Strange Turns and find people that look like they're sitting at a table playing D&D, and that's us.
And then how can people find out when you're doing stand-up? Where do you usually post that?
On my Instagram, at Rob Michael Hugel.
Perfect. Well, I think we did it. I think we nailed it. That was a good one, right?
I think we did it. I think
Yeah.
we're all mildly drunk.
Yeah.
Cheers. And thank you to Maren for the pumptinis. These were
Cheers.
delicious.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vanderpump is what rules.
Okay, we did it. Top. I think we should.
Up top.
Yeah.
I
there we
will
are.
say, this plant, I have been bumping into it a lot.
She gets in the space. She
Rob
does.
also, I could hear him like
Rustling.
wrestling.
But aesthetically, I mean, look at her.
Yeah, she's pretty lovely.
Do we need to raise her? Maybe is that the?
I don't know. It's also eventually we will be risen off of the ground.
We
in some
shall
capacity,
rise.
I think
We will be
for the sake
risen.
of our knees at some point. I
Yeah.
feel very comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know what my posture is doing, but
Yeah.
like I wouldn't say we need a chair right away.
Not right away. No, we can give these another run.
Yeah.
I think we do one or two more with these and give it a go, and then we'll investigate seating.
Rob felt comfortable in his seat.
Yeah, he did seem to look comfy.
I feel like we were both showered with compliments on this episode. by
Same.
Rob.
Which if we can start getting that to happen at every episode,
Well, we get to curate who comes to the show. So
that's true. No, I enjoyed it. I genuinely had a lot of fun. I wanted more lore on the candles, but I just don't think it exists.
it wasn't there, but what Maren said, plot twist.
Just to tie the I Barely Know You podcast universe all together. So apparently, where you guys met, we're saying was it a Dodgers game?
So I said, Rob, oh, you know Pat. He was our guest last week. And he said, yeah, we all went to the Dodgers game together. And
same-
Pat has told me that's where he and I met. So I thought I had gone to multiple Dodgers games with this group of people and met them separately. But I guess there was one pivotal night of my life where I met multiple comedians.
Can every guest on this show just be from that night? We just keep, every time we talk to somebody, they go, wait, you were at which game? Like, it's not like
know.
everyone came from that Dodgers game.
And also, none of us are huge Dodgers fans.
No.
They used to not be a very good team, and it was so cheap to go to a game. So
Yeah.
it was so fun. It
So
was
it's just a
such
thing to do. It was a fun thing to do.
It
Yeah.
was an inexpensive way to go out for many hours,
yeah.
get one massive beverage, and
course.
just get smashed
And just
have
enjoy
a really
yourselves.
fun night. But we'd had like a 40-minute walk there because all of us lived in the Silver Lake Echoey Park neighborhood.
Got
So
it. You could walk to the game. Huh?
It's just up a hill because there's nowhere to park there. You don't want to pay for parking.
Yeah, I think we were saying you've been here much longer than I have. I'm only very recently a transplant, but I very much consider myself a transplant at this point.
Yeah.
How did you move out? Did you drive out here by any chance when you moved out?
No, but I learned to drive so that I could move out here.
Well, that's good because
So-
you need the car. Yeah.
I got my license when I was in my 20s, and my mother refused to teach me how to drive. So we hired someone to teach me, and you
Refused.
refused. She's like, I'm not doing that. And then so I took a lesson every day for an hour, passed the test, and the gentleman who taught me came as my adult to the test. And then afterwards, I asked him if I could pay him an extra hour so he could teach me how to get on the highway.
Did he?
Do you remember? Have you in Clueless? When
I
Cher's
know.
on the
I
highway?
lived it. I think everyone that comes here lives that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the most relatable moments in all of 90s cinema.
I had it in Massachusetts with this gentleman who, because I didn't know how to merge, so I pumped the brake before merging and almost crashed us with cars behind me, and the man screamed.
Oh my goodness.
Not at me, he was terrified.
Right. All right, let's wrap it
how did
up.
you get to LA?
I walked. Let's
Great. We gotta wrap this up.
The short version of the story is we drove, but
Great,
we're gonna
road trip.
we'll unpack that next time.
Should we do a quick thing of something new we learned today and then call it, or should we just call it? Okay.
Yeah, sure. What did we learn? Go for it. What did you learn?
I learned you were a boss. So you were people's boss. I don't know why that's so interesting to me. Maybe because I'm not like the core, because the job that you guys met was creative, but it was
Yes.
still a bit corporate in some senses because it was a tech company.
Yeah, we were
and-
owned by, at the time, Verizon.
Yeah.
And we were a subsection of Verizon, but like partners. But yeah, it was a whole thing.
I
It
bet
was
you
ridiculous.
were such a fun boss to have, but also, he wasn't. Okay.
I wasn't a fun. I hate that you don't have a
You're
microphone
shaking
right
your
now.
I-
Oh my goodness.
But you also probably had high expectations of your staff. Like I would see you as somebody who's like, I'm putting in a lot of work here, so I really expect you to do the same.
I have a problem with This is another episode. I have a problem with
Oh, we
confrontation.
gotta do an episode. That's
I think,
okay.
yeah, you know what? Let's leave it as a teaser. I do have a lot of stories and I have a lot of thoughts. I will say that, like, I always tried, especially when working with Rob and Shannon, I always tried to stay out of the way of whatever they thought would be funny
So you
or the right thing to do.
trusted your
Very much so.
people.
I very much trusted them, and we'd have brainstorming meetings together. But ultimately, even if there was a bit that I didn't get right away, but they were really passionate about, I would I would trust my comedians. They know what's funny.
That's really
Let's
good
make the thing and let's go for it. And so there was a lot of that.
That's a good
And-
boss.
yeah, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Anyway, we got to wrap it up. Here's something I learned. What's great to me, as someone who tries to anticipate what's coming in an interview, you're going places my brain didn't think to go. And that's a fun thing that I can say that I'm learning, is watching just that. Yeah.
I feel like we each kind of are figuring out ways to support each other, and we can attack people on multiple angles when they come
What a
onto
great
our
way to
show.
describe it. We will attack every one of our guests, and I will demand a present.
Well, thanks for. I'm going to bring you. Just wait till your birthday.
Wrap it up.
I barely know you.
I barely know you. I barely know how to promote this thing.
right.
Thank you so much for another wonderful afternoon.
See you next week.
Hey, see you next week. I'm Matt.
I'm Dylan.
We barely know each other. Bye, everybody. I Barely Know You is produced by Marin Forte, Dylan Silver, and me, Matt Forte. Theme song by Mike Thrasher. Listen to that. So good. Subscribe to our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And follow us at IBKY Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.